What up, chat? I have a little tiny box because I have so much freaking info to talk about today. Um, Today, my goal for every Monday from now on is I want to talk about the webcam events or the meta breakdown that is happening over at Jasco Games. Jasco, for the first time in their history, are doing some real solid online events for their main standard. And the big thing about it is this webcam event that they just had was massive. The webcam that they had like 100 players. And that's as big as your normal UFS, the Universal Fighting System, as their majors, as like Worlds and Nationals. And so we have been blessed with a ton of information that we get to dive into and figure out and talk about. And so what I want to do today is I want to have a conversation with you, the good people of my chat, and the good people over on YouTube in the comments down below. Please feel free. Let's chit chat about it. I want to talk about the meta. So my goal here with each of these is I want to do some info breakdowns of characters, character breakdowns, symbol breakdowns, and then at the very end, a player ranking. And as you can see in the top right, we're gonna have a weekly, monthly, and throughout the entire season updates of how these things are going. So if you are playing your specific character and you're constantly getting points and getting points and getting points, we're gonna see that character grow. Not only that, I have currently the best player of 2022. He's sitting here on my PowerPoint presentation. You will get to see their name. I am not counting any information that happened in 2021. So the biggest event that we had from the Legendary Wolf Showdown, Slam Town, Beat Down, Bring It Around Town, Jamboree. I'm not going to count any of that information. It's all going to be 2022 stuff. Not saying that it is not invalid, or the people that top there are not great, but you are going to see some of those names, and I'm not gonna count them because we don't have the info for it. So with that, I got a lot of cool, fun stuff. Big shout outs to Jasco. They gave me a lot more information than what is available to the public. I have in my possession all of your deck lists, every single one. I could go and I could look at every single deck list that was played because the good people at Jasco have been so kind to give me this information so that I can bring it to you. So let's start about it. Character breakdown. Here is the character breakdown. They shared this graphic here on the left of all the characters, and this is from this past week, right? I want to see the top ranked Froppy list. We will see. And here are the characters: 17 Kirishimas, 11 Tokoyamis, 8 Eraserheads. What am I saying? 10 Eraserheads, 10 Jiros, 8 Shigarakis, 8 Nomus, 8 Bakugos, 6 All Might 3s, 4 Idas, and then 19 others. And I went ahead and I took the others and I listed them out as well because I think that representation is important, right? 1 Momo, 1 Ojiro, 1 Todoroki, 1 Mineta, 1 Mina Ashido, 1 Midoriya, 1 Kamui Woods, 1 All Might, and then 2s and 3s for the rest. And there were only 4 characters that weren't represented. Let me go find that. Somebody sent that to me. The 4 characters that were not represented were Ayama, Mount Lady, and Shoji. And so this is a pretty decent breakdown. This is a pretty rad looking breakdown of what has happened. Only 1 Momo because UVS players aren't rocket scientists. That's very funny. But no, this is a pretty diverse crowd, especially for a 100-person event. Only seeing 17 Kirishimas is genuinely surprising. One of the top Nomus cited into Ayama. That's crazy. Maybe just wanted more speed. Interesting, Free Love. Interesting. That's information that I haven't had a chance to parse. I might go and break down like interesting decks later. Genuinely, I didn't have time. I got all the deck lists about an hour and a half, 2 hours before the presentation is going live. So I had to very quickly fill in some blanks. But this is what a healthy meta looks like. Actually, this is not. We did not have a third of the field be Kirishima. Kirishima is the most represented, but this looks good. Guys, this looks good. And to have, if Kirishima was the best character, whenever we get to top 8, he would be 8 out of 8 places, right? If he was an S tier character. But, I mean, he can be slain. He can be beaten, and we will see that. Next, I want to talk about the character breakdown. So here's our top 8. We had 3 Kirishimas, 2 Eraserheads, 2 Jiros, and 1 Kamui Woods. I wanna double check. We have it was 3 Void decks, 3 Air decks, an Earth deck, and a Good deck. So 1 Void Kirishima, 1 Earth Kirishima, 1 Good Kirishima, 2 Void Eraserheads, 2 Air Jiros, 1 Air Kamui Woods, who I know was siding into Jiro. And so if we wanna talk about it, this is kind of a paper rock scissors format of Kirishima, Eraserhead, Jiro, and then Kamui Woods, who was able to sideboard into Jiro. But this puts me back. We're the Tokoyamis, guys. We're the Shigarakis. Why aren't they topping? And this is the real question of the day, right? Tokoyami was the second most represented character, but not inside of our top 8. Why is that? Is it because Tokoyami has a hard time versus these top 3? It's because Damned was at locals. That was it. Yeah, that was it. Because Damned was at locals. Was it that Tokoyami has a hard time versus Eraserhead or Jiro? Is it that Tokoyami has a hard time versus the other casts, right? Of Shigaraki, Nomu, Bakugo, All Might, Ida, right? Where the Shigaraki decks run most of the same symbol. I'm sleepy. I don't actually have that information. I could go look it up, but I am not positive. I am not positive. We do have a full symbol breakdown in just a second though. And so this is my biggest question is, with Tokoyami being the second most represented character, is it possible that the bird can he not get there? Right? Is he good at winning games but not winning matches? Is he good at winning against the low tier characters? But whenever we get up against the wall that is Kirishima, do we not have the stuff to get there? These are questions that we have to ask and things that we need to prepare for, right? I know a lot of people have done a lot of prepping against Kirishima, but have you been doing a lot of preparation versus Eraserhead and Jiro, right? Tokoyami was my one loss playing as Bakugo, not as also not represented at the top much. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's only 8. We have less than half of the Bakugos than we did Kirishimas, which I think is interesting. Yeah. Up next, we've got our symbol breakdown, and this is where things get crazy daisy for me. So I went ahead and put a bar on the left and hard numbers on the right. Our symbol breakdown is there were 11 air decks, 4 all decks, 4 chaos decks, 13 death decks, 10 earth decks, 0 evil decks, 10 fire, 19 good, 4 life, 4 order, 12 void, 4 water. I went ahead and highlighted the top 3 represented decks, which were good, void, and death. And the 2 stats that really surprised me the most were good. There were 19 good decks played. Look how far ahead that graph is in compared to the rest of the field. Is it possible that people are playing these good symbol decks because there is a perceived that's 3 too many all decks? Is it possible that the good symbol has like perceived value, but unless you are down to fight against these void decks, you're not going to get there, right? Because if we look at our symbol breakdown for the top cuts, 3 voids, 3 air, 1 earth, 1 good got to sneak in, and it was the killer of Kirishima. People were asking about Shigaraki. With my ancillary look through, there were a lot of Shigarakis running death, right? There of the 13. And so it's possible that the death symbol looks really cool because of the control pieces that it has, but it doesn't have the control pieces that Void does. It doesn't have the control pieces that Good or Air does. And so it doesn't quite get there. Or Air's really good at defense, right? If you want to talk about defense, Earth is crazy good about defense. Forget Passing Torch, Good has specialist sound, and that card is so good. Agreed. And Flamelo, that brings me to my next point. There are 0 evil decks. The evil symbol was not represented not one time in a 100-person event. Wowzers. That is not this. You cannot say the same thing about standard universes. You can't. You can't say the same thing about standard UVS. It's just not happening. The evil symbol will be all over the place at this Rochester event that's happening on Saturday. Go get your tickets now. Maybe VIPs are still available. I do not know. But yeah, this is a really cool breakdown. And is this a breakdown that you expected? Did you expect there to be 19 good decks? VIPs are not available. Thank you, Divine Otter. Appreciate it. I bought the last one. Crushed them. And it's weird to come in from standard where evil's so good, but MHA it's unplayable. Yeah. And the question is does Jasco know that the good symbol is unplayable? And are in set 2, set 3, are they going to fix that? Right? Because I want to play an evil character. Shoot, Stain's on the box. If I can't play evil Stain, which he's going to have the evil symbol, not the good symbol, chat. If I can't play evil Stain, then like what am I going to do? All right, Evil Shoji coming hot this Wednesday. I cannot wait. I'm excited. What else about this? Chaos, Water, Life, Order were the others, and they were all 4. Yeah, all Chaos, Life, Order, Water. It's interesting. Because I think that Water is one of the strongest symbols. Especially after the DLC comes out, which I'm excited to see what that does to these numbers as we get into it. Because I think Water's crazy. I think Water's one of the biggest surprises. I think the death symbol is way worse than what is represented here. What is being represented here. I think the water symbol is way better than what is being represented here. And Chaos is Chaos and Water are 2 of the symbols that can fight Kirishima the best because of things like irrefutable force of nature, right? They'll probably have the evil cards cut you to do things. Maybe. Who knows? Moving on. Here's our monthly player rank. Our absolute best player in the game. I did not put his entire tag, but it's Joseph. Joseph is this week the best player, and I'm gonna update this as we go out for the next 4 tournaments, right? And keep going. And keep going as the year goes on. And first we had Joseph, followed by Iowa the Boat from TCS, Fidu21 from Unfun Stuff, Punk 595, Meta from Rochester CCG, Creighton, Spaceman Spiff, and Silic in that order. And I'm gonna be updating players of the entire year. So I guess this should have said season down at the bottom left. I messed up my PowerPoint. But yeah, these are the top 8 players of 2022 so far. Right? My goal here, for this recap is I want to have any event that has over 50 people. I want to take and put them into these Monday monthly. Yo, what up, Natari? How's it going, man? Hope you had fun with TFT. My goal here is to update this 2022 recap, these stat blocks for every event, whether we have online or in person, for anybody who has 50 or more competitors. So if you are watching this and you host tournaments, if you get 50 people, reach out to me. Show me this data so that I can keep the players informed of what symbols look like, of what character breakdowns look like, of who's being represented, who, what, when, where. Know what I'm saying? This is really, really cool information, and information that we haven't really had in the past. And with us starting out the 2022 season, starting out the My Hero card game as is, I want to keep everybody informed so that they can make the best decisions, right? Chat is popping off. Let's just talk about the recap. Sadly, I work till 6 every day, so I won't make any of these. That's okay. We'll also have all this information for whenever we do IRL events, like the event that's going to happen over in Vegas at the end of February. Like we're gonna do this. Warped especially by Shigaraki by having access to 2x of the foundations due to Bakugo being a rival deck. I mean, Fire also has those foundations. True. But look at the Fire Foundations outside of Shigaraki. They're amazing. It's insane how baby-proof Kirishima is. You can just You can open poorly going second. We're looking to do more for PST. What's PST? Oh, Pacific Standard Time. Yeah. Yeah, that is a good point, Aspera. Yeah, I've been told that there's going to be way more webcam events, and the more webcam events, the more web info that we can have, the better off we are. But I think that these stats are really, really interesting. I was surprised that we were going to have 3 air decks in the top cuts. Not surprised about Kirishima Eraserhead Jiro, but Kamui Woods definitely surprised me. Like, I know who played him. It was Fidu21, and that guy's a killer. Like, that guy's really, really good at the game, and he had to side into Jiro. I'm excited to see this upcoming week if any of these other characters can break into our top 8, or if these 3 characters are just going to be big gatekeepers. More PST-based events would help West Coast players a good bit. I agree completely. Yeah. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on this past weekly webcam breakdown? Let me know down in the comments down below. It would be fun. I'm gonna sit here on Twitch for just a smidge and chat with chat about it. So if you guys are interested, come join me live over on twitch.tv/TamCardwell. Link in the description down below. And with that, thank you much for watching this week. I'll have way more information next week, and I wish you well.